Hi Tripsters! How are you guys doing today? We are talking about dining at Walt Disney World. So many choices and so many options, but great opportunities for you and your family to, one, have a great time together, but two, get some of those character visits in so you don't have to spend all that time waiting in line at the park. So today's video is about Disney dining, particularly with the little ones in mind. The best places to go, where you want to make sure you get those reservations ahead of time. So first things first, dining reservations can be made 180 days in advance. So if you are going for Christmas, Thanksgiving, spring break, you want to make sure you're really close to that 180-day timeline for making your reservations. Or you may have to just keep watching to see if something pops available if you have a particular experience that you're trying to get into, and we'll go through some of those as well. But let's start by going by park and talk about the best opportunities for places that you might want to eat where the kids might want to go. So Magic Kingdom, let's start there. Everyone's favorite, that's the park everyone thinks about with the castle. Magic Kingdom has great options, and the most popular is Cinderella's Royal Table. Couple of things to know about Cinderella's Royal Table. It is considered a fine dining and it requires 2 of your Disney credits. So if you're on the Disney dining plan, you have to actually turn in 2 meals to eat there one time. The food is okay. The experience is fantastic. You literally take an elevator or take the stairs up and you're on the 2nd floor of the castle. They have the fairy godmother there. Cinderella comes around to all the tables, and you get to take pictures, and they have a little show that they do to get everyone involved and interacting in the castle. So really kind of a neat experience. If you can get in, first of all, let me start Cinderella, because it's the most popular in all of the parks. You have to make that booking literally 180 days in advance, like be on the phone or on the Disney My Experience app to try to get that reservation. The second option that's a great alternative if you can't get into Cinderella's castle is the Be Our Guest, which is Belle's castle. And with the popularity of Beauty and the Beast movie this year, this one is also picking up a lot of steam and is also difficult to get into, but has a little more room in this particular venue, so there's a lot more spaces and opportunity to get in as long as you're watching reservations, but again, has to be made in advance. I've been to both, and I actually prefer Belle's Be Our Guest restaurant. The ambiance is amazing. You walk up on a bridge, you go into the castle, and it's so much larger, and they have the grand ballroom from the movie. They have the room where they have the rose and they make it look like it's snowing outside. It's just a fantastic experience. They usually have Belle and the Beast, or a combination, out in the foyer when you leave, so you can get your picture taken with the Beast. And I think Belle came around to the table, if I remember correctly, but it was just a beautiful location. They actually do quick service there for breakfast only, and then you can do the dining plan there for dinner. So that would be more of a dinner location if you want to book that one. Crystal Palace. So the Crystal Palace is a longtime favorite of both my clients and my family, and my kids are 8 and 11 at the time of this video, and they still get mad if I don't book the Crystal Palace every time we go to Walt Disney World. Even though Crystal Palace is for Winnie the Pooh and friends, it's amazing food, it's a buffet, and if you book it at night and you get, your table kind of by the windows, you can see the castle all lit up in the background. So it's gorgeous to do at dinner time. All Winnie the Pooh and all the characters come right around to your table, so you can get all the pictures and video that you want. And it's also great for breakfast. So if you want to start your day at the Crystal Palace, or if there's magic hours at the Magic Kingdom, I recommend go do the magic hours and then do like a late breakfast to kind of take a break and then go back into the park. So that's great choices in the Magic Kingdom for the kiddos. It's just all about securing a reservation. If you can't get your top choice, book the Crystal Palace if you can get it, or book your second choice, and just keep watching those reservations to see if one of the other ones pops in. Maybe you can switch them out. Epcot. Epcot is full of dining choices. You have the whole World Showcase where you can go around to the different countries and kind of sample and eat either at the snack stations, or they have restaurants in every country. So that's an option if you want to have, a little bit of education in your vacation for the kids. But there's also some character dining experiences too. So if you have a little princess or princesses, the best place in all of the parks, in my opinion, to get in and actually see all the princesses is the Ackers House. So it's in that frozen area of the park over by kind of like the Norway area, and it's a family style, but all the princesses come around to the table. So if you want to knock them all out and get that done, that's a great one to kind of get into. It also is super, super busy, so you want to make that one in advance as well. Now, my daughters are a little bit older in terms of the princess age, but we love to do the Garden Grove. The Garden Grove is actually located in the pavilion where Soarin' is, and I don't know if you know, but in Epcot they actually grow fruits and vegetables, and there's a ride called Living with the Land. It's like a boat ride on the first floor of that pavilion, and you can go around and see how they're working with all the new technology to grow fruits and vegetables. That's a great experience to do right before you go to this restaurant, because the restaurant actually uses the fresh food that they grow in Epcot in some of their dishes there. So the Garden Grove, we walked past it for years and years, and then we tried it a couple years ago, and now it's like we have to go every time because it's so fun. It's more of the traditional Disney characters, so Mickey, Goofy, Pluto, come around to the table. But the other neat thing about the restaurant is it's family style, so they bring as much as you want to the table, all different dishes, and the characters come to the table, but the restaurant slowly spins while you were there. So it's on a rotating floor the whole time you're eating, and it goes through, and they have different backgrounds, but it's kind of very Americana, very home cooking. The food was delicious, the ambiance was great, and it's an unassuming restaurant. When you walk by, you would almost not notice it unless you knew it was there. So that is a fantastic option if you want to get in the traditional characters in your day at Epcot. The last option I have for the kids, if you have any sea lovers or kids that love ocean life, the Coral Reef is not a character experience, but it's beautiful. They have a large aquarium built through the restaurant, and all the tables face forward to the aquarium. So while you're eating, you can watch the fish go by, and it's, the lights are kind of low, and it's really a gorgeous restaurant. If you have any, little skippers or sailors that are just really interested in the ocean, that would be an amazing place to take the kids. And the food is really, really good at the Coral Reef as well. Animal Kingdom. So Animal Kingdom, it's a little light with character experiences, but Tusker House is a favorite. Again, it's going to be those more traditional characters. It's Donald and his friends. And it's a large buffet, and they have a lot of neat things to try because it is Animal Kingdom. They have fare from Africa and from different places it's kind of a neat experience to have the kids sample different things and try them. And they have all of your traditional items as well. They put on a great breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You really can choose whatever works for your schedule. But Tusker House and Animal Kingdom is a great option. Hollywood Studios has at Hollywood and Vine, they have the Disney Junior characters. So if you have young children that are into that whole Disney Junior, that would be a great option. I wasn't a super fan of the food, but we took the kids when they were little, and they seemed to enjoy the characters. So that would be more for a character experience. The other option, if your kids are a little bit older, even if they're little, they have this restaurant called the Sci-Fi. It's actually these little cars that are built into a drive-in, but the cars have tables built in. So you eat in the drive-in car at the drive-in, if that makes sense. And they have old movies playing up on the screen. They have some Disney cartoons playing. So we've done that one on several occasions, and it's always fun. It's your typical burgers and fries, milkshakes. They do have a couple they have salads, and they have a good choice of options, but it's more a simple meal. We usually do it for lunch, but it's just the ambiance and the fun of kind of picking out the car, and it's very, very popular. It's hard to get into the day of if you're in the park, so make reservations for that one, or any of the ones that we're talking about today, really. There's also options for non-park dining. So for the kids, if you're either going to Magic Kingdom or you're staying on the monorail, there's some great options. If you can't get into Cinderella's castle, my number one backup for you is actually the park fair at the Grand Floridian. It is a Cinderella dining experience. It's a buffet. They have it's the higher end of buffets. They usually have prime rib or some type of steak that they're carving at the carving station, and then they have dessert table, and they have everything. Any of these buffets that we talk about, by the way, they always make a kids buffet that's a little bit tinier so they can do it themselves, which is super fun. It has all your traditional, chicken nuggets, all the stuff that kids would want, and they can eat off of either buffet. But at the park fair, it's in the lobby. Basically, you walk through the Grand Floridian, it's kind of right to the left. It is a gorgeous restaurant, and Cinderella, Prince Charming, the stepsisters, and the stepmother, they all come around to the table so you can get great pictures, great video, again, without waiting in line. But it's usually a lot easier to get into than Cinderella's castle, of course, and you can eat there and then just jump on the monorail. Even if you're staying in a different hotel, you can still eat there. Jump on the monorail, take it one stop over, and you will be at the Magic Kingdom. So what I tell clients is either, do that at the end of your day, or even better, if you spend some time in the park, take a break, and then go back and eat there in the early evening, and then just hop the monorail over and do the evening at Magic Kingdom for the evening and enjoy all of that. So that's a great option. So also on the monorail, you have the Ohana breakfast, which is at the Polynesian Resort. So whether you're staying on the monorail or coming in from another hotel, that's a great, we did it for breakfast. That's a great way to see Lilo and Stitch, and it's more of a family style. Great option there as well. And last but not least, Chef Mickey's. This has been a favorite for a long, long time. In fact, a few years ago, they had to expand the entire restaurant because it was so popular. It's in the Contemporary Hotel, also on the monorail, and it's all the classic characters: Mickey, Pluto, Minnie, Donald. All of the more classic characters usually come around to the table. So that's a great one to check out. It's a full buffet and fantastic food there as well. So hopefully we've provided you guys with a lot of great options to think about for your upcoming Disney vacation. If you have questions, feel free to contact us here at Tripsy Travel, or if you're ready to book your next Disney World vacation, we'd love to help you out with that. If this video was helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we look forward to talking to you guys soon. Take care, Tripsters.